For the 5th Gatorade Cup Series race of the season, we head to the Phoenix International Raceway for the running of the Wendy's 500 and the end of the West Coast swing for the Gatorade Cup Series. Danny Lloyd in the 19 has the pole for today's race. 2's outside is Alex Fletcher in the 72. Then third to Eli Bright, fourth is Jay Jefferson, and rounding out the top 5, it's Mitchell Collins. Then you have Roman Fenway in 6th. 7th place is Carter Friesen with Jonathan Rains in 8th. 9th is Marshall Burrow, and Mathis Wells rounds out the top 10. For the rest of the field, there's Ed McDowell to his inside, Trey Rainey. Then we have TJ Hanley with Matt Gowden to his inside. Then there's Riley Sampson second in points with Matt Oskin, our points here. They start on the same row here today for this Phoenix race. Then there's Derek Hamill and Sebastian Kukulon. Behind them it's Colton Yo and Carter Joey. Then there's Jake Galloway and Griffin Lynn, along with Trey Wright and Anthony Hernandez, who won his first Gatorade Cup Series race last race out. Then there's Derek Bouchard and Max Anderson, along with Alexander Rowe and Tyler Fink. Then we have Nathan Ormond and William Bullen. Behind them it's Stephen Taylor and Luke Rainey. Then there's Levi Shones and Jeff Bright, along with Jonathan Beefer, and Wyatt Walker. Then there's Anthony Charlebois and Vince Vinta with Al Lagasse and Oliver Galloway. And then the front row, it's Joe Jefferson, who's outside, is the 42 of Code Luigi. So there's our 42 cars to do battle here at Phoenix. Let's go get the starting command to fire these engines up.
Drivers, start your engines!
The cars rolling off the starting grid here at Phoenix as we get ready for 47 laps of action around this 1 mile flat oval in the Arizona desert. It's a Toyota and a Chevrolet on the front row as these manufacturers have won races this season. Toyota won the Daytona 500, Ford won 2 races out at Las Vegas, and Auto Club and Chevy won last race at Denver. Who wins a race here today will be Toyota, Chevy, or Ford. Pace car pair out 47 laps, getting Lloyd to the restart zone, steps on the gas, and we are green in Phoenix. As they come off turn 4, a dive bomb from Mitchell Collins gets him from 5th to 1st to lead lap number 1 with Carter Friesen inside 3 wide. Jay Jefferson and Eli Bright come together through 1 and 2. Jay Jefferson middle 3, contact with Pulsar, Danny Lloyd. Here comes Friesen for the lead down the dog leg. Carter Friesen inside Mitchell Collins into turn number 3. Marshall Burrow behind the 43. Dive into the corner for Carter Friesen. Bottom lane for him as he comes off turn 4, tries to slap in front of Mitchell Collins. Close there for the 43, does get the spot and he leads. Now Marshall Burrow inside of Friesen as they enter turn 1. Trey Rainey in the 51 is also coming forward. Burrow gets a little bit of breathing room down the backstretch. He gets away from Trey on the inside lane, who was bound for second with Carter Friesen. Here they are to turn 3. Friesen tries to get down. Trey's down there already though. 51 car for second on Carter Friesen. Can he clear the 43 off turn 4? He tries to slap, he can't. Friesen stays down, or stays up top. But Trey, the preferred inside lane to turn 1. Eli Bright, the 88 coming back. He got put up top early on. He's coming back 4 wide. Down the dog leg. Fletcher squeezed with Jay Jefferson and Mitchell Collins. They all keep it straight. They all keep it together. That was very close there. That could have been a crash in front of the whole field. Yeah, that would have been in front of points there. Matt Oskin has made his way up inside the top 10 as Riley Sampson, the 15th, trying to keep up with him. Sampson's trying to come forward as he started on the outside row. But he's coming now as Matt Oskin moves his way inside the top 5, trying to get by Carter Friesen for 5th. Up at the front single file for the front 3, Marshall Burrow is leading Trey Rainey and Eli Bright around. Eli trying to get to Trey Rainey, trying to make a pass for 2nd. They're trying to stay single file, running in their respective positions, trying to log some laps here, trying to see what their cars are going to do. Off to turn number 1, Marshall Burrow still our race leader, Trey Rainey the 1 in 2nd. They race their way down the backstretch. Once again, it's just the front 3 clear in single file. And then 4th place, Alex Fletcher is just clear with Carter Friesen trying to get down to keep 5th. But Matt Oskin has the inside lane. Here comes Eli for a second. He's done with waiting. I think he finally saw where that 51 is a little bit slower. It's a little bit off the pace. And Eli decided to take advantage of that. And he gets his way up to 2nd. Now can he try and run down Marshall Burrow? He's there. 37 swung a little wide there. Eli down the bottom lane closes in. And now Fletcher with the 51 get put up top. He moves to the inside. Now they're side by side for 3rd. Now Eli's a run onto the leader, Marshall Burrow. Couldn't do anything with it there. He stays in line. Fletcher gets to him, but can't quite make the pass. The 72 slides up there. Filters in line front. Trey ready to get to third. Trey falls back to fourth, but stays in line in front of Cement Oskin, who's fifth. Then Carter Friesen is sixth, and a whole logjam, 7th, 8th, and 9th, 10th. And about, I would say about 10 cars right there battling for a top 10 spot. See this field starting to come together again. Eli, good run through 3 and 4. Gets to the back of the 37 Burrow. Can't quite get to the inside, or can he off turn 4? Gets in line, pushing the 37 down the front stretch. Eli Bright is there to turn 1. And he's stalking. He's trying to see where that 37 is weak. So he can try and make the move right there, just like he did with the 51 of Trey Rainey. Down the back stretch. Nose to tail for the front 2. Eli Bright is there on Marshall Burrow, but can't quite make the pass. Fletcher drives down to the inside to get in front of Cement Oskin. Oskin moves to 4th, and he gets by Trey Rainey. Now Trey back to 5th, Friesen up in 6th. How about Jay Jefferson back up to 7th, the 78 car. Fletcher is there on Eli Bright, all over the back bumper, that 88. Down the dogleg they race. Can't quite make the pass. A car is slower. They made some contact. Some cars up to the wall, some cars down low. Jeff Rice in the outside wall in the 9. As he fades back, he has Steven Taylor behind him. The 9 rim riding the wall through 3 and 4. We keep it green for now. Close there. They keep it straight. Yeah, there had to have been some sort of shenanigans going off turn number 2, because these cars got all over the place. They went high, low, and just tried to abandon out of the middle lane, so there must have been something that happened there to allow that happen. Fletcher got by Eli Bright, and he's now on Marshall Burrow for the lead as they come off turn 4. Fletcher, the inside lane, will lead lap number 11 here at Phoenix. He can't quite clear Burrow, so that gives Burrow the outside lane, whereas Eli going the 88. Does he get low on the 37 to get second away? Contact there! That was wheel-to-wheel contact as well. Hopefully there's no tire rub to any of these drivers' cars. Eli's going to move through to 2nd. He clears Marshall Burrow through 3 and 4, down to that yellow line. Trying to slide up to get in front of that 37. He does. Now the teammates battle side by side. Burrow up top and Oskin down low. Burrow keeps 3rd. Oskin back to 4th. Now once again onto the 37 through 1 and 2. Fletcher a little wide look at Oskin, a little tight off the corner. Allows Trey Rainey to get to the inside in the 51. As for the lead, here comes Eli Bright. Right inside of Fletcher as they go through 3 and 4. Eli, the lane down low. Fletcher, the outside lane. Close racing off turn 4. Who wins the drag race at the start-finish line? Eli by a nose leads the lap. That was by inches. He led the lap. Trey Race through the 4th meanwhile, as Burrow looks back for 2nd on Alex Fletcher. And Carter Friesen for 5th on Oscar, who may have worn the stuff out. Now, Oscar, remember, he was coming forward pretty fast, and now he's losing some of that ground. Friesen moving by him. He's going to get back up inside the top 5. Burrow back for the lead in the 37. Got a good run. And Marshall Burrow back out front here in Phoenix in the Wendy's 500. The Eli, the draft up top. Now where's Alex Fletcher going? Carter Friesen 2 for 1. He gets to 4th as he gets by Trey Rainey. And with all this fooling around at the front, how about Riley Sampson? He's closed in. Remember, he's 2nd in points, 50 points behind Cement Oskin. He really wants to be aggressive, get up to that 47 so he can gain points on him instead of lose ground. And for the lead, Alex Fletcher's there on Burrow again, but the 37 gets away on the high side, 3 and 4. 72 slides up in front of the 88. Eli trying to keep 3rd. Carter Friesen comes to his inside. Eli, good run. He gets clear to keep 3rd. Single file for about the front 10. They're just trying to get together and make some runs. Friesen again, the run to the inside of Eli Bright. They go side by side. Jay Jefferson going to try and get by Riley Sampson. He does in the 78 car. Friesen by for 3rd on Eli Bright. Carter Friesen starting to move his way forward. He's just gotten by a few drivers, but Eli fighting back on the outside lane through 1 and 2. How about that for the 88 car? Friesen can really make the inside work, and now Eli through 3 and 4. Can he keep it up there and get the run off turn 4? Friesen drives it hard to the inside of Alex Fletcher now. He wants to try and grab 2nd away down the front stretch. He'll keep 3rd at the start finish line. He does keep his nose inside the 72 turn 1. That means Carter Friesen can move away all the way to 2nd. Friesen through to 2nd. Fletcher back to 3rd. Eli back to 4th. Oskin keeps 5th. In the front 6 so far, Chevrolet drivers, our first non-Chevy drivers, Jay Jefferson in the 7th position. And they have another Chevy back in 8th. That's the 13, Roman Fenway. And then 9th, it's a Chevy Riley Sampson. And now to 10th, it looks like that's the 12 of Max Anderson. So inside the top 10, a lot of Chevys, 8 of the front 10 Chevrolet drivers. You have a Ford and a Toyota up there as well. Down the backstretch, it's still Marshall Burrow. He's so far dominating the stretch. Looks like he has the best car. But every now and then these drivers get runs onto him and they're able to get by him. Friesen gets the draft up onto the 37, closes in. Can he get the run to get by is the question. 27 to go at the start-finish line. Marshall Burrow, Carter Friesen, Alex Fletcher, 1, 2, 3. Eli Bright, Cement Oscar are the front 5. Good battle for 6th, heating up as Jay Jefferson looks on Trey Rainey. But up front, there's a bigger battle. Alex Fletcher inside to get the second over Carter Friesen. And he wants more than that. He wants to go to the lead off turn 4. He's there. Alex Fletcher leads, 27 to go here in Phoenix. Now Carter Friesen jumps down low to try and get the second to turn 1. He's going to look for the lead. He's lower than the 72. He's there. Friesen had a run. Had to lift a little there in the tightness of that dirty air. Fletcher pulls away. Friesen up to second. Now Friesen for the lead. Inside of Alex Fletcher and Carter Friesen. Now out front the Wendy's 500. Not quite yet. He gets a little tight down low. Fletcher leads the lap. He tries to clear, but he can't. Back there, Cement Oskin up to 14. Passes Eli Bright. Friesen still inside of Fletcher as they come off turn number 2. Down the backstretch, side by side, still for the lead. Jay Jefferson up inside the top 5. He gets by Eli Bright. He's fading back. Friesen clears to lead. Now Marshall Burrow inside of Fletcher. He drove it hard down there. His teammate Cement Oskin behind him in 4th, but Fletcher, the run off the top side, should get clear Marshall Burrow right there. And in pit road, it's Carter Joey, a Las Vegas winner, so issues to the 17 car. So Carter Joey, his shot to win, basically dashed with an unscheduled pit stop here in Phoenix. And as they battle for second, Carter Friesen loves seeing that. He's able to pull away just a little bit over the field behind. Burrow drives it hard to the corner, trying to get there, but the tightness down low underneath that 72, that aero push that these drivers experience through that flat 3 and 4. Friesen pulls back ahead because the 37, it's a stalemate right now for a second. Burrow cannot clear Fletcher, and right there he finally does. So Marshall Burrow through the second, he got a good run off turn 2 down the dog leg. He's closing in onto Carter Friesen. He's looking inside now. Dominic Carr looking back for the lead, side by side with Carter Friesen as they go through 3 and 4. Inside, we're about halfway through this Phoenix race. Carter Friesen leads, Marshall Burrow runs second. Alex Fletcher 3rd, Cement Oskin 4th, Jay Jefferson 5th, Roman Fenwick to 6th. Trey Rainey up to 7th, Mathis Wells to 8th, Eli Bright kicked back to 9th in the 88 car, with last season's champion Max Harrison in 10th with his teammate Ed McDowell behind him in 11th. Up at the front, still side by side, Friesen up top, Marshall Burrow down low. Friesen the run off the top side, great job off turn 4 for the 43, he'll lead at the start finish line. 12 to go. Burrow inside, Friesen outside, no one giving an inch, but it's finally giving Marshall Burrow to clear down the dog leg. He's back out front now in Phoenix. Carter Friesen back to second. Now for third, Jay Jefferson's there on Alex Fletcher. He just got 4th from Cement Oskin. Jefferson inside of Fletcher for third. He's there, that 78 looking strong right now in Phoenix. Roman Fenway behind him in the 13. Trey Ray falling back with Eli Bright just gotten around him. It'll be 20 to go at the start-finish line. And currently, Marshall Burrow, Carter Friesen, 1-2, Jay Jefferson. About the highest he's been all race. He's up to 3rd. Roman Fenway to 4th. Jefferson for 2nd on Carter Friesen through 3 and 4. He's there inside. Off the corner, side by side. Jay Jefferson to 2nd with 20 laps to go. Marshall Burrow continues to lead. Fenway blocks down low, puts the 72 up top. And Mathis Wells to the top 5 with this pass on Alex Fletcher right here to the highest he's been all race long. The 18 showing strength here towards the end of the race. Jay Jefferson's clear now. He has all the room to run to get to Burrow. Here he is inside, driving it hard inside. Fenway as well. Jay Jefferson closes in, clears Roman Fenway. Fenway still down with the 43 of Carter Friesen for 3rd, with Mathis Wells behind them in 5th, looking to pounce. Now Fenway's inside Jay Jefferson. That's going to halt that 78. Fenway is there. Side by side inside the top 5. Roman Fenway inside, drives it hard to the bottom lane. Try to get to Burrow, slides up almost into him. And now the 37th the racetrack, big time. Fenway through the lead. At 13 to the race lead. Burrow now side by side. Mathis Wells comes to the inside. Friesen breaks 3 wide. Get to the middle lane for Carter Friesen. 3 wide on Jay Jefferson, and Alex Fletcher puts the 78 up top. These front 6 have broken away from the pack behind. Some rubbing there as Mathis Wells now looks for the lead. There's still 3 wide. That's for 3rd. Burrow's up top. Fletcher down low. Friesen in the middle. Mathis Wells to clear and lead. And look at this tight racing at the front. Friesen drives it hard to the bottom to get in front of that 72. He gets to second now in the 43 car. Great racing at the front here in Phoenix. Mathis Wells leads with 17 to go, coming to 16 to go. Friesen is in second now, drives it hard to the bottom lane of the 18 to try and make it stick. He's there, side by side with Wells off turn 4. Wells leads again. Friesen still there though, inside lane for the 43. A good battle here at the front in Phoenix. And it's Carter Friesen to clear and lead. And Alex Fletcher up to second, the 72 car. Coming forward, Fenway drives down to the inside to get in front of Jay Jefferson and down beneath Mathis Wells. So move Fenway battling to third now with Mathis Wells. Alex Fletcher now trying to put laps together. 15 to go to run down Carter Friesen. Definitely possible to do. We've seen so many lead changes here today at Phoenix. Our dominant car, Marshall Burrows, falling outside the top 5. Battling with Jay Jefferson to try and stay there. And Trey Rainey coming back forward the 51. Maybe he tried to lay off and save his stuff. Now he's coming back forward the 51 car is. And Roman Fenway, he's charging forward. He's going for second. He's trying to pass Alex Fletcher at the front of the field. But still Carter Friesen out in front. Roman Fenway clears to get up to second. Jay Jefferson finds his way back down the line. He's going for third. And Alex Fletcher as Mathis Wells also back in the outside lane falling backwards. Look at the 78 drive it hard to the bottom lane. He'll get to third here through 3 and 4. And look at Wells drive up into Alex Fletcher. Some contact there for fourth. Wells side by side with Fletcher. A great move in 3 and 4. He'll get to that position. Wells back up to fourth as Friesen goes wide through 1 and 2. Fenway is there down the dog leg. He's to the inside. A big mistake on a car. Friesen lost to 13 the inside lane, coming to 12 to go. Fenway out in front now in the Wendy's 500. Friesen back to second. And Wells up to third. He gets by the 78 of Jay Jefferson. And Burrow, the dominant car, is coming back forward, the 37 car. Here comes Wells for second. Try and get to Friesen. Down the dog leg. Shuffling high and low. Mathis Wells looking for a spot to go because Marshall Burrow's there. And here they come to pit road. These will be the final pit stops, the only pit stops of the race. And who will play the strategy right? Pitting with 12 to go and 11 to go. 3 cars come down, including 2 teammates, and then Carter Friesen. So who has played the strategy right is the question. Fenway has stayed out. Mathis Wells has stayed out. In my experience with this Phoenix racetrack, staying out longer is the benefit because you're just taking fuel at the end. Coming to 10 to go. Roman Fenway from the lead yields to pit road. Wells stays out to the lead with Jay Jefferson in second, Trey Rainey in third, Alex Fletcher, as well as Adam McDowell. Rainey inside of Jay Jefferson. He'll clear to get to second. We're under 10 to go, so these drivers on the edge of the fuel window, and I would say a majority of them will come down this time, if not all. Wells to yield, the front 5 to yield to pit road. Does anyone dare stay out an extra lap to try and gain any positions? And here are a few. Joe Jefferson will stay on the racetrack. Here comes Carter Friesen, who has come off pit road. And a whole knot of cars in pit road, basically the whole field is. However, Joe Jefferson is staying on the racetrack with Colton Yo. And Carter Friesen, remember, he was one of the first to come down pit road. Here he is leaving. Roman Fenway's ahead of him because remember, Friesen got held up because the third one, the 99, he came out with them. Fenway did not come out of traffic. He has pulled ahead a major gap on Carter Friesen. But where's Mathis Wells, Jay Jefferson, and the others? Here comes the 18 leaving, the 51 leaving ahead of the 78. They leave pit road. Wells trying to get up to speed. Fenway's coming through on the top side. Who wins the drag race off pit road? It will be Roman Fenway, the outside lane for the 13, out in front, but Wells is there in second. So Roman Fenway leads now, we presume, here at Phoenix. 8 to go for the driver of the 13. Where are Joe Jefferson and the others that decided to stay out longer? Nowhere near the 13th, so it should be Roman Fenway out in front. Carter Friesen with the heat in his tires, now trying to run down in the second position. Here comes Carter. He just drove by Mathis Wells to get to second. Wells at the racetrack. There's Trey Rainey, Marshall Burrow. Alexander's a lapper. They have Oscar Jefferson has fallen back to Derek Bouchard. There's Hanley, McDowell, Eli Bright, Griffin Lynn. Alex Fletcher's fallen, and Joe Jefferson, the great strategy for him, has moved him up with William Boone just behind him in the 3 car. But we focus on this battle for the win. It's under 10 to go. Trey Rainey will move to 3rd. He gets by Mathis Wells with Marshall Rowe behind him. Fenway, however, the 13. Leads, 6 to go. But Friesen is charging that 43 car. He swung a little wide through 1 and 2, gave up some time. Fenway pulls back ahead. Burrows through to 4th as Mathis Wells falls backwards. Wells back to 5th. Samet Oskin, our points leader, currently 6th. Should be enough to keep the points lead. Friesen digging through 3 and 4. An important lap for these drivers. 5 laps left in Phoenix. Yellow flag would end the race. Carter Friesen to the back of Roman Fenway in the 13. Down the backstretch of the race. Marshall Burrow moving for 3rd on Trey Rainey. Basically puts them out of this battle for the win now, unless these front 2 make contact. Friesen once again to the back of the 13 of Roman Fenway. He is there. Remember, the 13 was better on the longer run. The 43 better on the shorter run. Friesen to the inside through 1 and 2. He is down low. 4 to go. Some contact for the lead. Beaten doors down the backstretch. Burrows moved to 3rd in the 37. Will that play anything into it? Carter Friesen is out front now in Phoenix. Roman Fenway kicked back to 2nd, but does they have the run to run the 43 down? 3 laps to go. Carter Friesen was better in the shorter run over Roman Fenway. Fenway, remember, just appeared later in the race. Can Friesen now pull away? Can Fenway keep touch to try and battle with Carter Friesen to win this race? He drives it back hard in 3 and 4. Trey Rainey back for 3rd on Marshall Burrow. They're still side by side. Here they come to 2 to go. 2 miles left in Phoenix. Friesen leads. Fenway trying to get in the draft of the 43 and make a late charge. Trey Rainey through to 3rd. He gets by Marshall Burrow. That'll be a good battle for 3rd towards the end of this race, but this battle for the win. Roman Fenway behind Carter Friesen looking for the dive in 3. Yeah, he just couldn't get it though. White flag is waving. Last lap for Carter Friesen, the 43 team. Can he get Richard Petty Motorsports back to victory lane? Or can Fenway get Germain Racing to victory lane, the 13 car? Down the backstretch for the final time in the Wendy's 500. It'll take a dive to the bottom in 3 and 4. Fenway gonna try it. Can't quite get to Carter Friesen, who holds off the 13. Off turn 4, checker flag. Carter Friesen wins in Phoenix. Fenway did not have enough to make the move at the end, and Friesen, with the better short run car, wins the Wendy's 500 here at the Phoenix International Raceway. Great race for the 43 team, and a great race overall. Lead changes all around as Friesen passes Roman Fenway late to win. Let's go see the finish results. Here are the finish results from the Wendy's 500 at the Phoenix International Raceway. No caution flags during this race, and 17 lead changes, 9 different drivers leading laps in this race. It was one of the dominant cars. I would say he was about equal with the dominant car, maybe just a little bit slower. But Carter Friesen ends up in victory lane here today at Phoenix as he leads 12 laps and passes Roman Fenway in the final 10 laps to get to the win. Fenway ends up 2nd, Trey Rainey in 3rd. Marshall Burrow, the dominant car of the day, 17 laps led for him. He'll have to settle for a 4th place finish, with Mathis Wells rounding out the top 5. So Matt Oskin, our points leader, great 6th place for him. Keeps him in the points lead as he extends the points lead. Jay Jefferson, the one in 7th. Derek Bouchard, 8th. Eli Brighton, 9th. And TJ Hanley rounds out the top 10. As you look at the top 20, how about all the veterans inside the top 10 here today? Carter Friesen, Trey Rainey. You had Jay Jefferson, Derek Bouchard, Eli Brighton, TJ Hanley. I mean, that's like 6 of the top 10 that have so many years of experience in the Gatorade Cup Series. And then Griffin Lynn in 11th, another big name in the Gatorade Cup Series, another veteran. Joe Jefferson. I mean, they all finished inside the top 15. These are some big names in the Gatorade Cup Series. They rose to the occasion here today in Phoenix. Look down 21st and 40th, and it was a bad day for some drivers down here, including Danny Lloyd, who started on the pole. Thought it was going to be a great day for that 19 team. He falls to finish 23rd here today outside the top 20. Cole Luigi from last to 26th. I mean, it was a decent day for that 42, especially after starting last. I'm sure he would have wanted a lot more, though, out of the day. And Mitchell Collins, 5th place for him, 30th in the finishing results. 39 cars on the lead lap. Remember, we saw Jeff Bright get into the walls. A few cars kind of skate around. A few cars do finish a lap down. Alexander Rowe and Levi Shones because of the pits. And Carter Joey. It was a clutch issue. That's why we saw him on pit road. That's what put him out of the Wendy's 500 early on. Let's now go see how the points were. 5 races into the season. Here are the point standings. Samet Ozgen with a near 100-point gap over Carter Friesen, who with that win moves up to second in points. Riley Sampson is third in points, only 1 point behind Friesen for second. Jonathan Rains is fourth. Wyatt Walker is fifth. They have Jake Galloway sixth. TJ Hanley, a good day, is up to seventh now in points, inside the top 10 for the first time since his Daytona victory. Marsha Burrows eighth. Matthews Wells ninth, and Steven Taylor holds the final spot inside the top 10. As we look at the top 22 of our winners inside the top 10 points, and then the rest 11th, 12th, and 13th in points. It's been some bad seasons, or not really bad seasons, but just some bad races lately for some of these drivers. Anthony Hernandez, that win at Denver, I think it moved him up to 10th in the points. He's down to 11th now, so he only lost 1 spot. He is in one of the wildcard spots as well. And Levi Shones, bad day here at Phoenix, but he does keep ahead of Carter Joey. He's in the other wildcard position. Joey is only 4 points though behind Levi Shones. You see Griffin Lynn down here, Jeff Bright, Luke Rainey. I mean, once again, a lot of these veterans in the Gatorade Cup Series are inside the top 20 in points, and a lot of them are still outside the top 20 points though as well. As we look down at the rest of the points list, 21st to 40th, and we see down here Derek Bouchard's 24th in points. A good day here at Phoenix. His first top 10 of the season moves him up to 24th. Eli Bright's down here in 28th in the points. You have Trey Rainey down in 32nd. Cole Luigi and Joe Jefferson 35th and 34th respectively. It's not been the season for either one of those drivers so far. Kukulon's 39th. Max Ericson, last season's champion. You go from a championship move to Penske Racing, and now you're 40th in points. And then Trey Wright down here still cannot get out of that hole. 3 DNFs on the season. Out of the 5 races, the most of anyone so far, but it's been a tough season for Trey Wright thus far. We'll see if anyone can try and turn their season around, though. We're out of the West Coast swing. Maybe some of these drivers will just have slumped during the West Coast, and they can get back here as we go to now the short track swing in the Gatorade Cup Series. And our first one is at the world's fastest half mile. We're going to the Bristol Motor Speedway for the Sharpie 500. I will see you guys then.